here we are. It is Tuesday the 20th of July 2010, and I have finally got this thing at a state where it can run on its own without the car battery attached to it via jumper cables. It took me a little while, and the reason it took me a little while is because this carburetor right here turned out to be full of this bubbly white gloop that I'm not quite sure what the origin was of, but it might have been aluminum oxide that had been soaked in gasoline the first time I ran it. But suffice to say, the last time I ran it, which was a week ago, it wasn't firing on this number 3 cylinder right here. And I took the plugs out, they had a nice fat spark, and so I took the carburetors off, went to drain them out, and nothing came out of this one. Emptied out of the middle fine, and emptied out of the number 1 cylinder fine, but I took them upstairs and I cleaned them out, and there was so much corrosion in the bowl and in the little, right back here behind this, in the bowl is where the pilot jet is, right about there, in the middle of the carburetor, and it's the pilot jet, I'm afraid, is corroded into the body of the carburetor. At any rate, it wouldn't thread out, so I was able to do my usual method of taking a guitar string and gently reaming the gloop out of the pilot jet, and it works fine. These coils, my car coils, this bike has never thrown such a fat blue spark in all its life, and it runs really good. And let's see, my plug wires are all dressed and protected from chafing. My ghetto air filter cover, I had to glue the air filters back together because they were all falling apart. I have fixed up the fuel lines because it needed new inline filters, and those right there, I don't know if you can see it or not, yeah, right there, that is actually a Briggs & Stratton filter that I got at Home Depot. There's another one right over there, and unlike the stock installation where this hose would go to this petcock and the other hose would go to the other side, I have them set so that this hose is going to the other side. They cross over, basically, give them a little more length. So anyway, let's get another shot of it over here in all its glory, and then let's take it for a little spin, shall we? Yes, I think that's a good idea. Okay, so let's see what this thing's like. I love doing this. I admit that I am torn somewhat because this thing runs so good now that I am somewhat disturbed by the idea of taking it apart and cutting it all up and making the three-wheeler out of it. But that's the plan, so I shall have to ride it and enjoy it this year, won't I? But it's running good, and I can't wait to register this thing and get it on the road and ride it for real. Hey, let's find out what that's like. Who wants to find out what it's like to ride? Okay. All right. The magic of the infamous and ever wonderful rock climbing helmet cam. Here we go. Boy, does that kickstart easily. There we go. I think I've done enough bombing up and down the street such that the, whoops. I think I've done enough bombing up and down the street. Tempting the fates, tempting the police, the fates that control the police to come down here on my street and wonder what the heck's going on with this old motorcycle with no registration. So I think I'll just chill on it for tonight and bring the title to work tomorrow, call the insurance company and get this thing registered so that I can start bombing around for real. Yes, metric muscle, I know. It's still only got 2 wheels. But we're going to start remedying that. Well, we're going to start building the thing that's going to take the engine away anyway. That's it. It's alive too.